You are probably ready to add color to your It's a Small World drawing. So a couple ways you can think about adding color if you are drawing is by either outlining. You can outline with a Sharpie, and if you're using a ruler, you will want to follow the lines of your ruler. So you could outline in black if you want to, like so, and then color. Or if you know what color you're using, in this case I'm going to use a pink, you could outline with a colored Sharpie just to make things a little bit more interesting, since It's a Small World is a very colorful project, a colorful ride, so to speak. So I could outline with pink if I wanted to, if I'm going to use pink. And then as you're coloring, be mindful of how you are adding the color. So think about the outside edges, coloring there first, and following the shape of what it is you're coloring. And try to fill in all the white spaces. And could I change directions if I wanted to? I could, because I have a triangle shape. So I'm doing a pretty good job filling it all in. Now if you want to add a little bit more interest, you could put a little more pressure on your pencil and darken in some of the areas and then leave some of them a little bit lighter, and that adds a bit more interest. This would be like a value in your color. You see how that's changing a little bit? It's lighter over here and it's darker on the side. So either way, you could color very lightly all the way around, and I'm not going around the outside at the moment, but you can kind of see how I left it white, and then go back in and fill in the outer areas. You really want to try to stay within your lines, keeping it neat, and also getting rid of any white spaces. So here, this is a more solid single color, and then the other one has a little bit of a value to it. So that's one way to add color. Another way is if you're going to paint, I do have the paint trays, the temper cakes, and you of course would need a little water cup and a brush, and choose your color. I'm going to do a blue and pretend as if I am painting in one of my areas. I'll start with a triangle shape. And your paper can get kind of wet, so you may have to kind of move around a little bit from area to area and let it dry before you go back in. So I'm going to add a little bit darker, another layer of paint, and this will give me some of that value as well. And the edge is kind of hard, so I could go back in with just water and blend that just a little bit, and that gives me some value. I could, if I wanted to, go in with some black and add a little bit more of a shadow. You can see that's kind of dark. If it's too dark, a couple things you can do. Go back with a wet brush, blend it in a bit more. You can also take a paper towel and gently blot, and it'll lift some of that color off too. So there's a couple of different things you can do. I'm going to go back in with more of the turquoise color and blend a bit more, and that changes the way it looks. If you'd like, you can add some white paint to the other side, and it'll go right over the top. You can see how that's looking. And you have a little more value. And if I wanted, I would let this dry a bit more, and I could even go in the middle a bit and add some more blue. And it really changes how it looks. So there you have it, a couple different ways to add color.